Howdy folks, yes I know it has been a while, but welcome back to Home with the Gnome, where today I'm going to be cooking a traditional British favourite, shepherd's pie. Well, I say today, I actually started cooking it yesterday and finished cooking it today, but because I'm spectacularly crap, every time I pointed the camera at my face it wasn't recording, and every time I put the camera down it was recording. So basically all of yesterday's footage is just gone. So I'm going to attempt to salvage it for today. So what is shepherd's pie? Well, basically it's a lamb and potato pie. It's distinct from cottage pie, which is basically exactly the same except you use beef. But honestly, you can use whatever meat you like. It's just that lamb is traditional.
So here's how it works. In a pan, I brought to a boil and then reduced to a simmer some chicken stock, which has been infused with Dijon, however the hell you pronounce it, mustard, as well as herbs like rosemary and thyme. This is going all over the lamb shoulder. The shoulder itself has simply been covered in olive oil with some salt rubbed into it. This is now going to be extremely tightly wrapped in tin foil so that no moisture escapes, and it's going to sit in the oven for at least 12 hours, preferably overnight. As it happens, I ended up cooking this for about 18 hours, and if you've wrapped it up properly, it'll come out looking like this. This was cooked at 105 degrees Celsius, and I'm not entirely sure what that is in Fahrenheit because my temperature scale doesn't go low enough, but it's about 220 Fahrenheit. If you've done it properly, it'll look like this, tender, with the skin crispy and ready to fall off the bone. If you haven't, you'll know because it'll look like a piece of charcoal. You have to wrap this up and seal it in tight in order to keep all of the juices in. And now, for the mashed potatoes. Personally, whenever I'm doing mashed potatoes, I use a steamer. But if you don't have a steamer, you can just boil them. It will make no difference whatsoever. The only difference is that you can usually leave a steamer running for next to forever without any danger of the pan running dry. Next, I have shredded all of that beautiful lamb and sprinkled it with vegetables. Usually carrots and celery, which you would roast in the lamb fat, but I don't like carrots and celery, so I'm using peas and green beans. And now, before everything cools down, it's time to get those potatoes mashed up.
Z, no, I don't need your help for this. Come on, be a good girl. There we go. Right. There's my potato mash. But it's not nearly buttery and creamy enough yet. So, we're going to add some butter and cream. How much butter and cream? Yes.
You can tell how good this is going to be just by looking at it. Spread that mashed potato, and it looks amazing, all over the roasting dish with your lamb and your vegetables. Pack it all in good and tight, and then if you want, although the recipe doesn't actually call for it, but hey, cooking's all about experimentation, sprinkle the top with some breadcrumbs. The whole thing then goes back into the oven, and I've set this at 200 centigrade, which is around 400 Fahrenheit, for around 15 to 20 minutes, or however long it takes, until the crust looks like this.
So, that's done, and now all I have to do is eat it. It's been years since I had shepherd's pie. Serve with a generous helping of mint sauce, because nothing goes better with lamb than mince. And we're just going to take a chunk of that. Oh yeah. The lamb is so tender because it was cooked for 18 hours. And removing the bone, once it was cooked, was just as simple as pulling it out. Literally, the lamb just fell off the bone. Oh, this is so good. So good. So juicy and tender. Probably shouldn't be talking with my mouth full. Yeah, that's going to be a good lunch. So anyway, shepherd's pie. Simple recipe, not quick though, because you do have to cook the lamb overnight. But by God, it's worth it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I was giving you something to think about cooking yourself. And of course, as always, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.